Welcome to the Hank Cisco Show, ladies and gentlemen. Don't touch that remote. This show is all about keeping you comfortable, And let me tell you, I was driving up here to Northtown High School, and it is cold outside. And what's that song that says, baby, it's cold outside. And our show today is all about keeping warm. And Shipley Energy. Now, what do you mean by Shipley Energy? We have a representative here to tell us all about it. Now, Shipley Energy. Bob Astor is the commercial energy representative from Shipley. Bob, welcome to the Hank Cisco Show.
Thank you very much.
Now, I got a lot of questions, and I'm very more. It's nothing. Everybody's talking about the oil, and oil's coming down. My gas is the commercial, or what the oil for the house is down.
Is lower, yes.
The gas driving the car down. Now we're going to talk about the oil in the house and also energy.
Yes.
So, what does your company do?
Well, Shipley Energy is a full-service energy company. We do home heating oil, propane, natural gas, electricity. We also do on and off-road motor fuels, gasoline, diesel fuel. We also have an HVAC service department. We can come out and repair your heating and cooling equipment. Keep it running for you.
Right. And all right, now, why are the prices so low? What happened? The war over there in the desert?
Well, a lot of things conspiring right now to bring energy prices down and to keep them down for at least the short term. What we're looking at is the Marcellus Shale region has opened up a lot of natural gas for the region. A lot of homes are heated with natural gas. Natural gas and home heating oil battle with each other for supremacy in the marketplace, if you will. A lot of homes are heated with home heating oil, a lot are heated with natural gas. Some folks, if they have the option to convert from one to the other, will do that.
But then you can change over, right?
You can change over. If you have a house, if you have a house that's heated with heating oil and you've got natural gas pipelines in your neighborhood, you might consider switching from heating oil to natural gas. When prices were higher, when home heating oil prices were very high and natural gas prices not so much, was a good time to change. Right now, home heating oil prices are very low, natural gas prices are stable.
Stay with it.
So stay where you're at right now.
Right.
And it doesn't, the return on investment right now just isn't there. But it's an option for you, something to look at for down the road.
Yeah, well, I think oil, I had oil and I had a GE heater, and then they stopped making them. Stopped making it. It was a good heater.
Right.
And then they got another one, got another heater in there, but it's oil and it's running good, But
it's a good thing.
I think everybody is happy that the oil is coming down for the house and the car.
Indeed.
What else? When you're in your car or you're in the house.
Well, here's what's happened is we've seen oil prices come down from $4 and $5 that we saw 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Tell me about it.
Now they're under $2 a gallon, and even in some instances down around $1.50 a gallon. So that's saving homeowners a lot of money. Typical homeowners going to use 300-400 gallons of heating oil over the course of a winter. Yeah. So you've got a $2 savings. That's a lot of money they get to put in their pocket. That's $800, $1,000 over the course of a winter that a family can save, and that gets to go towards a vacation. It gets to go towards educational expenses. It goes to groceries, or even to put it away for a rainy day, put it away for your retirement, which is always a good thing to do. Gasoline, the same type of thing. Typical homeowner, typical driver is going to save $15 to $20 a week on the cost of their gasoline.
Man, that's great.
They were spending $4 a gallon for gasoline several months ago. Now it's down around $2 a gallon.
Man.
So for a typical person,
I think a lot of people ask, why this New Jersey is always like 15, 25 cents cheaper?
well, that's
What's
a
the score?
tax.
Were they getting bootleg gas or something?
No, not bootleg gas. So pretty much all the gasoline
I don't know.
in New Jersey and
Governor
Pennsylvania
Pritzker over there, I don't know, he's bobbing and weaving, I don't know.
Well, they do. But it's a tax issue between New Jersey and Delaware
Oh,
and
the
Maryland
taxes.
all have a lower tax rate on motor fuels than Pennsylvania does.
Pennsylvania's high in taxes.
We have a tendency to be a little bit higher, but one of the good things coming out of that is our roads are improving.
Wait a minute.
Pick up the phone.
Hello, Governor. How about lowering them taxes on gas? Okay, good. All right, like New Jersey and Delaware. Okay, goodbye. All right, that straightened him out.
Well, I'm so glad.
Wise guy. Go ahead.
But that's what makes Pennsylvania's prices for gasoline and diesel fuel just a little bit higher than our neighbors. The good side of that is we have seen some improvement in our roadways.
Oh, well, yeah.
As opposed to 3-4 years ago.
Well, as long as they use the money for the right thing, I don't want to put them in their pocket. I'm not choosing anybody, but, sometimes they got fish hooks in their pocket. Get the money out to help the people. Food, manja. Go ahead.
Okay. The other types of things that we're looking at with energy prices being lower, there's a lot of stability right now with the energy picture in general. A lot of the OPEC nations, for example, years ago they were driving prices up. Their economies run on the income that they get from oil. When the United States discovered through fracking and other processes that we have a lot of oil here in the United States, made us not necessarily energy independent, but gave us a leg up, gave us the opportunity to say, you know what, we don't need your oil right now. We've got our own. And that started driving the market down. We were putting oil into the marketplace. They were, as prices were going down, they stepped up production to try to continue to make the same amount of money that they were at a higher dollar amount. Yeah. So now there's a lot of oil flooding the market, a lot of crude oil flooding the market, and that's, supply and demand. When there's a lot more supply than there is demand, that pushes prices down. And that's put us in the situation, the position that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Low crude oil prices, $30 a barrel for crude oil. A year and a half ago, we were at $100 a barrel.
No kidding.
So we're a third less. And that's reflected in gasoline prices being lower, diesel prices being lower, energy prices in general.
I mean, we got all this land out there in Alaska and all. They got oil up there, but the environment guys, I like the trees and the birds and the bees and all, but I like the oil, We ought to dig it a little bit. We ain't hurting nobody. Just you dig a hole, you get the oil, get over there, you put it in a tank, and you go home. What's the story? You're not hurting nobody.
Right? It does, as long as
the birds and the bees. Give them my regards.
Indeed, and we've learned through history that as long as we're responsible, and as long as we follow the rules and do things correctly, that's true. Occasionally we have mistakes. And the problem when you're dealing with large amounts of oil is small mistakes turn into big problems in a hurry. The Exxon Valdez oil spill from when you and I were kids.
Right.
The BP oil rig explosion and fire and subsequent spill in the Gulf of Mexico several years ago. Those types of things weigh heavily on the public and create challenges for us as we push to continue with oil. One of the other things is oil and coal, not necessarily environmentally friendly. A lot of carbon dioxide put into the atmosphere as a result of burning fossil fuels like that. So folks are starting to look more at natural gas. It's not as toxic to the atmosphere.
The coal?
It's not as bad as coal.
Yeah, but I lived on Lafayette Street. I lived on Chestnut Street. And when the coal man used to come, we had a big thing about shooting the coal down the cellar. The whole neighborhood would be there watching everybody watch the coal. You know, $19 a ton was bootleg coal. They used
You
to
weren't
come down,
buying
but hit
bootleg
with
coal.
a lot of dirt. You had to screen it a little bit. And so then we had to take the ashes out, and then the ashes we used to put a little water and shake it, and there's still some coal that wasn't burnt.
Recycle
so we get that, put it back in there. That was my job.
But even then, you were recycling.
That was my job, shaking the ashes and getting the coal that didn't burn.
All right.
You kids today, you don't know what it is that carrying ashes all over from the house out to the yard, and then from the yard to the trash man. Oh my God! They were the days, but it was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. All right, what are some of the advantages now for this low prices? What's the advantage that we can save our money?
Well, yep, absolutely. You're saving money, and that gives you the opportunity, or should be giving you the opportunity, to do things to prepare for the next time prices go up, and they will. Energy prices, energy prices are cyclical. We see them go up to crude oil go up to $100 a barrel, come back down to 30. It's going to go back up. Gasoline prices are going to go back up.
So what can we do?
So, well, while you've got the opportunity, while you're saving that money on your home heating oil prices and on your energy prices, maybe make those upgrades to your furnace at your house. Make that upgrade to your automobile. Get that tune-up. Buy those new tires.
Where the
right.
cold comes in.
Weatherization is very important. Yeah. Weatherproofing. We haven't gotten into winter yet here in Pennsylvania. We had a very mild November, a very mild December. We're just now, today, January the 13th, with some cold weather. Yeah. So you and I were coming into the studio here. It was 30 degrees out.
George Washington, when he crossed the Delaware, nobody says, "My God, it's cold." That was George Washington way back.
Yeah, he knew.
You know why George Washington was standing up in the boat? The seat was wet. Okay, that's a Social Security joke. You'll get it when you're 65. When you're 65, you'll bust out laughing. Go ahead.
Indeed.
Right.
So those would be the things that we would recommend. One of the other things that you could do is if you've got if you're currently buying your natural gas or your electricity from the utility, from PECO, consider buying a contract with one of the secondary energy suppliers, whether it would be Shipley Energy or one of the other companies that are out there. You can lock in a fixed price with a secondary energy supplier for a 1-year agreement or a 2-year agreement while the prices are low. The utilities, PECO and UGI and MedEd and all those guys, change their prices every quarter. They look at how much money they have spent on energy to supply all of their customers, and they say, well, okay, we should be charging this much money. And they change their prices so that they can balance their books. If you lock in a fixed price with a secondary energy supplier, whether it be Shipley Energy or one of the other suppliers that are out there, you can lock in that price, guarantee that low price for the next year, in some instances 2 years. And that's an opportunity for you.
All right, well.
So weatherize your house, good insulation, get a fixed price on your energy deal, and that'll put you in good shape.
Well, I asked you to come on here because it's important about, our comfort, your home is your castle. And I think Shipley, I'm not here as a salesman for any particular company, but I would say call Shipley and compare your prices, compare your service and everything, and see which is best. And that's the best thing to do as far as I'm concerned. Now, I'm talking when I was a kid, we had coal, then we have oil, then we have gas. And what is new? Is there anything new coming up?
Well,
on the front burner.
There are a lot of new things coming up.
Changes.
Absolutely. There's a lot of alternative energy sources that are coming out. Folks are looking at wind energy. They're looking at solar energy.
But it's not going to my hearing aid. Come up loud.
Okay. So they're looking at creating electricity with windmills. If you drive out along the turnpike, you'll see windmills out through the Somerset region and up into the mountains. They're converting wind energy into electricity. That helps to keep utility prices down for everybody. They're looking at solar. You can put solar panels on your house. Solar generate electricity by using the sun. Right. And those things are very, very good. The challenge that we have right now with alternative energy sources is cost. When home heating oil prices are at $4 a gallon, when crude oil is at $75 a barrel, it makes sense to make those changes because there's a return on your investment. The money comes back to you sooner. When crude oil is at $30, the challenge that you have is, well, if home heating oil is $1.50 a gallon versus $4 a gallon, do I want to make that investment right now to go to an alternative energy source that may cost me a little bit more money than what I'm spending right now? The upside of that is, you're saving some money on your energy right now. Why not invest for the future and try and stabilize your costs over time? The downside is, do you really want to be spending that money, or could you do something better with it right now? Take your wife to dinner, buy something for the kids, set money aside for your retirement.
Right.
Those types of things.
Right. Well, oil. Oh my God. Our country's, I hear the politicians saying, oh, we should dig over here, we should, do you think it's going to be where we can get our own oil? We don't have to worry about shipping it all the way over from Asia, or you think?
Well, we have proven reserves.
You guys, you have your ear to the ground on that, because you had to do with oil, right?
Well, the United States has proven reserves in the Dakotas, in Texas, where we know we can tap that oil and bring it to market.
A lot cheaper on transportation, right?
It's cheaper on transportation. The challenge that we have is it costs a little bit more for us to take it out of the ground.
Why?
Well, we go through the fracking process, and to set up the wells, to frack the wells, to get the oil to come up, is a little bit more expensive than processing the wells that are already in place in other places in the world, and even here in the United States. So it's at $60 a gallon and $70 a gallon, per barrel of oil, $60 and $70 per barrel of oil. It's economical for us to use those newer wells that have higher costs to bring that oil to market. When crude oil is at $30 a barrel, as it is right now, it's a little more challenging. It's not as cost effective to get that oil and to bring it to market. It's cheaper for us to actually bring that oil in from other areas, whether it be Mexico or Venezuela or some of the OPEC nations.
Yeah. But then we don't want to be dealing with countries that are our enemies too.
Don't want to deal.
Some of our worst enemies are the ones that supply the most oil.
True. One of the things that is a misnomer is when regular people, when you and I are talking about natural gas and talking about oil, if it's here in the United States, it's our oil. Well, the reality there is it belongs to Shell, it belongs to BP, it belongs to Statoil, it belongs to Exxon. It belongs to the corporations that have put the money out to drill those wells, to secure the rights to that land, to drill those wells and to take that product out of the ground. Yeah. So while technically it's ours as far as being, it's found here in the United States, it's the property of multinational corporations. Well, and as time and as history has proven, they're going to sell it where the money is.
We're the richest country in the world.
It is. We are.
We got the smartest brains, I guess, but we pick other people's brains too. But
and here, I'll challenge the listeners, the viewers, with this question: does it make sense for us to use the oil in other parts of the world first and exhaust that supply before we exhaust our own, so that we control the game? Or does it make sense to use all of our oil first and then be beholden to everyone else?
Well, we got to take care of ourselves.
We've got to take care of ourselves. And that means getting that oil at the best price that we can, getting it refined, getting it to market, and keeping the trucks on the road, keeping the cars on the road, keeping our homes warm. And where that product comes from. And again, even the product that's coming from the Middle East and coming from Africa and coming from Mexico, it's not that we're buying it from those countries. We're buying it from the multinational corporations.
All the money we give all these countries, we help all these. Why don't they start giving us some free oil? You say, hey, United States, you've been nice to me. I'm going to send a couple of shiploads of oil. They don't send nothing. Nothing. I don't know. Yeah. Now.
Well, then I guess it takes us back to developing wind power, solar power, natural gas, which we have in abundance.
We start inventing something, we won't then forget about them, right? Okay. Well, I want to be friendly with all of them countries, but sometimes they attacked us for no reason at all. So we got to be, that's why we protect our police department, our army, our navy. And talking about service, Tell me something about your service. You service.
We have technicians.
You joined the Air Force.
Oh, that service, my military
What kind of
service.
job do you have in the Air Force? What'd you do?
Well, I was an EMT,
A what?
an emergency medical technician.
What the heck's that?
I was an ambulance guy.
An ambulance.
Yeah, I was a firefighter and an emergency medical technician. Firefighter and an EMT.
What do you mean? When an airplane smashes or something?
Airplane crashes, it was called crash and dash. And you light them, we
What do
fight.
they call it?
Crash and dash. If an airplane crashed, we dashed to the scene, put the fire out, and rescued the staff,
I never
rescued
heard
the
that.
personnel. And with, on the structural firefighting side of things, that was
You
like
use that with police. Put that. How's that go now?
crash and dash.
Well, how can you do that with the police?
With the
crash.
police,
We go in and crash them, beat them up, scrub them up, hang them on the line. That's Rittenhouse Junior High School. That was our thing. Beat them up, scrub them up, hang them on the line. We can beat Stewart any old time. That was our. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we ought to use that.
You could. But
Tell me more about your company now. We got all this oil, got everything, and it all comes down to Shipley. Tell me all about how it all came about and who's in charge and who's
Well,
you're a representative.
Okay, we're an 85-year-old, fourth generation, family-owned company.
Family owned.
Family owned. We deliver home heating oil throughout Pennsylvania. We have an office here locally on West Ridge Pike in Conshohocken.
Yeah, good.
Bob Clemson.
That's right where it show all the cars there on Ridge Pike.
Yep, on Ridge Pike in Auto
Yeah,
Dealers
if
Row.
you want to buy a car, you go there. If you want oil, you go there.
Go there, right. Bob Clemson and Samantha, Sam and Samantha, the two gals in the office, do an excellent job of customer service for us, looking after everybody. We've got a group of service technicians and home heating oil delivery guys that are best in the industry. So if you're looking for home heating oil, give them a call. If you're looking for repairs to your HVAC equipment, give us a call. Or go online at shipleyenergy.com. You can get the local number off of the website and give us a call and we'll take care of things.
Right. And now, your trucks. How many trucks you got, approximately?
We have
in this area.
Oh, in this area, I've probably got 15 trucks operating in this area between the
And they're
wholesale,
green,
the
green and
tractor-
white.
green and white trucks.
Green lettering,
Right.
I
Between
just passed one this morning.
between the tractor trailers and the HVAC service vans and the home heating oil delivery trucks and the commercial mobile fueling trucks, probably 15 trucks on the road in this area.
Right.
So-
And,
and we deliver 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I asked you before, I want to elaborate a little bit more. What are some of the things up front that's going to be helpful for our comfort? Some of the things that
Well, we talked about we
they're
talked
thinking about, they're talking about.
We talked about winterizing your home, making sure that you're well insulated, making sure that you've got newer windows, insulated glass. If you've got an opening at the door to your house, make sure you have that covered over with a draft stopper. Turn your thermostat down a little bit at nighttime.
What's a good number?
Well, everybody's
You never
different.
know.
Everybody's
Yeah.
different. My wife likes the house at like 68 degrees. I like the house at 72 degrees. So that's a constant battle. I'm sure you had the same thing when your lovely wife was with us.
Well, yeah, I have to. Yeah.
So we had, every home is different. Everybody's different. My brother and his wife, you go into their house, the first thing you want to do is just, you kind of pull your jacket in because they like their house
Yeah,
cold.
my
sister, I have a sister, she likes her house 75, 80 degrees all the time. You go over there and you're just, you're shedding clothes. But
your
find
boss.
what's
Who's your
comfortable.
boss? Who's your top guy?
Bill Shipley.
Shipley.
Bill Shipley. Bill's the owner of the company. He is the great grandson.
Where does he live? York, or you live in York?
Well, Bill's a York County boy as well.
Is that where the company started?
Yes, 1929.
1929. Well, I was born in 23.
There you go. So you're 6 years older than we are, and you're looking well.
Well, yeah. So Bob, somebody up there likes me. I don't know.
Indeed.
But
we started out as a car repair shop.
Well, yeah, because you had a lot of motorcycles up there.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Harleys.
Harley Davidson's. Tom Shipley, who founded the company, actually worked for York International, York Air Conditioning. He ran the factory. It was called York Manufacturing back then, and they were the forerunner of what's now York International, and then they were purchased by Johnson
You
Controls.
started way back with comfort.
Yeah, so he was looking at all of the automobiles that people were buying. There was a million automobiles on the road in 1929, and Tom was going, they're going to need gas, they're going to need repairs, they're going to need things, and there was his manufacturing company had a lot of employees, and they were starting to buy cars. So he bought property right across the street from the main entrance to the manufacturing facility and put in the Roosevelt Supply Company. And it sold fuel and repaired cars.
Oh.
And from there, we evolved into a company that actually manufactured heating oil boilers. And then we get into home heating oil.
Tanks?
Yeah, the tanks.
I think I rode up around York. We went to a conference, police conference up there, and I saw a lot of tanks over there. Maybe that was when I was going by there. I don't know.
Well, the company is now called ASIS Technologies, and they purchased.
Is this the only thing that has his feet in?
Well, no, we do a whole lot of things. We are very closely involved with the York Revolution, which is a local baseball team. Local baseball team in York. It's part of the part of the independent league.
Minor league or something?
Independent league. Over in Cambridge, there was Camden. There was a team over in Camden up until last year. They closed their doors. They've gone a different way. But the York Revolution baseball team. That's we have some interest in that.
We got baseball. What else?
We have a company that does solar-powered lighting, on-scene lighting. If you're at a highway construction site and they've got those lights up overnight while they're doing construction overnight, we sell those types of units. We sell solar-powered tank monitoring equipment through one of our divisions.
Well,
we actually have a division.
You tell Mr. Shipley you get himself involved in show business, okay? We want to get involved in show business in Norristown.
Sounds like a plan.
We got 30 seconds. Tell me all about Shipley in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Give it.
Home heating oil, propane, natural gas, and electricity. It's anything that you need
keep warm.
Energy-wise, keep warm, keep comfortable. Shipley Energy, go to shipleyenergy.com. Check us out on the web, and then give us a call at the office, and any one of our helpful customer service representatives will take good care of you, point you in the right direction, get you signed up for home heating oil, propane, natural gas, electricity, HVAC, repairs, anything that you might need along that line.
Okay, Bob, thank you.
Hank, always a pleasure.
Esther, thank you so much for your service as far as heat and service to our country for being in the Air Force. I know that's a tough job going around with the fire. Oh, my own. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for allowing us to come in. And I'm just happy that we're able to keep you informed on what's up front and how to keep warm, because that's very important today. So until we meet again, keep bobbing and weaving, and may God bless each and every one. Adios, amigos. Okay, Bob, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, good looking.